Hi, you're watching Professor Plays, and today I'm continuing my Factorio tutorial series. So today I want to talk about mid-game combat tactics or tank combat tactics. So what I have here is a build that's making, well, it's making explosives, and it's making a lot of explosives because those are used later on to make artillery shells. But chemical plants and water with coal and sulfur, and you feed it into a chemical plant, set the recipe to explosives, and it makes explosives. So I have those going onto a belt, and they're fed around here. And then these machines, these assembly machines, are making explosive cannon shells. That's what I use, and I would recommend. So it takes explosives, and it takes plastic and steel, so those being fed up through here, fed into the machines, and then explosive cannon shells are put onto this conveyor and put into this passive provider chest. Then later on, these machines over here that are not in there, those are used to make artillery shells, and one of the ingredients for artillery is explosive cannon shell. So it serves two purposes. It serves as an ingredient for artillery, and also is something I use in the tank. And this is the one I recommend, explosive cannon shells. Okay, so I'm out here. I'm in map view right now. So I'm over here in my tank. Well, I'm standing next to the tank so you wouldn't hear the engine rumbling. There's the engine rumbling. So I've got explosive cannon shells loaded in. I have a few piercing rounds just to clean up stragglers if I need to. And rocket fuel, I recommend. You need chemical science to craft the tank, which means you need oil processing. So if you can craft rocket fuel in your refinery, I would recommend that. It gives you better performance. If I hover over the rocket fuel, you can see vehicle acceleration is 180%, and vehicle top speed is 115%. So that gives you better performance out of your tank, much better than coal. And so all I do is, I have my rounds loaded up here. All I do is, and to make sure, now this map I have cliffs turned off. Make sure there are no obstacles that you're going to run into that are going to stop your tank. Now I can't see out here yet, so be careful. A puddle of water will stop your tank dead. And speaking of dead, that's a good way to die if your tank gets stopped right around in there and these worms start spitting on you. And cliffs would be another thing that would stop your tank. In this map, I have cliffs turned off. So you kind of have to survey around the base to make sure there's nothing that's going to stop your tank. Now, all I do is I just make sure your gun is selected. I'm just going to drive around in circles. I'm going to aim at the spawners, kind of avoid the worms. Okay, so that base is now gone, essentially. There's just worms remaining. The nice thing about the explosive cannon shells is they work like grenades. You can clean up the stragglers, the ones that are chasing you. I also have some personal lasers in my armor, but you don't even need those. In fact, just to prove that you don't need those, let's take those out of there. We just need the tank. Okay, because you may not have personal lasers, depending upon the point of the game that you're in. So just the tank with the explosive cannon shells and the machine gun backup. So let's try this other base over here. I'm going to drive around outside perimeter here. Oh, there's another base down here. So it's kind of like a double, if you can see it or not. Well, you can see it on the screen, but it's not. There it is. It's being mapped. See, it's kind of two bases in one. If they get too close together, rather than drive between the two, what I do is I just treat it like one big base. Just go around the perimeter to circle the whole thing. So let's see if there's anything in the way. Any cliffs? Oh, that's like a triple. It's a triple base. There's two right there, side by side almost. Well, they are side by side. I think those are two separate bases. Yeah, there's two side by side. I don't know if this is going to take too long for this video. Maybe I'll speed it up if it takes too long. Yeah, I don't see any puddles that would stop my tank. So again, just drive around the outside. Take out the spawners. Are you guys gonna chase me? Yeah, see, they didn't even come over. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. The other base, depends how close it is. Okay, I'm just aiming at the spawners. I'm kind of weaving. It's not my normal driving. Well, maybe it is, but I'm weaving on purpose. And now once you've taken out the spawner, just kind of aim backwards. The nice thing about the explosive cannon shell is it's like a grenade. You don't even need to really hit them. It kind of goes off. I'm going too fast. I'm getting away from them. Okay, so I'll show you here. It's like throwing a grenade. That's why I like them. Well, you don't need to hit exactly the thing you're aiming at. That's why I like them. So it's good for biters. It's good for bases. And just continue doing that. Drive around in circles. If there's trees in the way, the shell will hit the trees, but you'll clear the trees out. Then you can finish taking out the base. Watch out for obstacles. Yeah, see, they start chasing you, just draw them away. It's nice, the explosive shell, again, like a grenade. Yeah, look at all the goo on the ground. I'm kind of looking ahead to see if there's cliffs or puddles or anything that might, stop my tank. And if you start taking damage, just go where you can get away from the base. Again, the nice thing about these explosive shells is it's good for taking out the biters that are chasing you or following you. Or you can switch to the machine gun if they're not too powerful. I don't have construction bots yet, so I have to repair the tank myself. So that's what I do with tank combat. I would call this, mid-game combat tactics, I guess. I have a tank, and I can make the stuff that goes in the tank. So that's why I would call this mid-game combat tactics. I would recommend explosive cannon shells. And then once you get construction robots and the personal roboport in your armor, you can turn that on and off with this button here. And then if you have construction bots and repair packs, when you stop and turn your roboport on, the bots will come out and repair you. That's the lazy way to do it, I guess. If you leave the roboport turned on while you're doing combat, you'll wind up losing a lot of robots because they're too slow and they'll fall behind, and the bugs will destroy them. So there's my tutorial for, let's call that mid-game combat tactics. So thanks for watching. If you did, please click on that thumbs up. If you liked it, please click on that thumbs up button. I would appreciate it. Take care, and we'll see you next time.